I'm Eggy Drago.
I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top.
I'm a part-time video store clerk, a part-time brawler, oh yeah, and a full-time human being. Wow. When I went to Tokyo back in February 2024, I went to an idol concert on a whim because my VTuber Oshi, who graduated, was into that scene. Needless to say, I got hooked. We bought way too many checkies. So much so that we have 2 checky books. 2 checky namakons. All hail the checky namakan. After talking to a few idols, I realized every single one of them has a story, be it why they chased this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. Learn more about the idol culture, the various scenes around the world, and to give them a platform to tell their stories. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ.
I'm pushing live 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to IDOLEYEZ episode, what is this, 41? I believe, yeah, episode 41. Welcome to IDOLEYEZ. This is the #1 idol podcast on the planet Vulcan? I don't know, I'm running out of planets. I am your host.
Ray.
What? No! Wait, where? Where?
If I have to change the caption on the stream.
Oh, God. Oh, well. Off to a great start. Wonderful. Anyway.
No. We're all Ray now.
We are all Ray. Anyway, this is IDOLEYEZ. I am your host, Ando. I am filling in for Eggy while he is in the motherland and soon to be returning to Japan in a few weeks. For those of you that are new here, and I think there might be a lot of new people, IDOLEYEZ is a show which highlights idols and the idol community, and everything from Chica idols to Kaiga idols and everything in between. And lately, it's been everything in between. Like, I'm doing really bad. With like proper like people that are actually like currently singing, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, if that sounds interesting, please, you can tune in here every week. I guess usually on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on twitch.tv/EggyDrago. If you miss any part of today's show, or if you want to catch up on previous shows, you can watch the VODs on youtube.com/@idoleyez101. And if you want to keep up latest news on IDOLEYEZ, or you want to see Eggy's shenanigans in the Philippines and in Japan when he goes to a million crazy fantasy shows, please follow Eggy Drago at Eggy Drago on Twitter and Instagram, and you'll be subject to crazy fantasy propaganda. But I mean, everybody should be subject to crazy fantasy propaganda, in all honesty. So,
just like I'm subjecting you to idol propaganda. Hi, I'm Ashes, and this is my 3rd episode.
Yo, I didn't even do the intro. Wait. So yeah,
no, this is my show now.
Ashes is like basically the co-host at that point. They've been on like 3 times and is about to by the end of the year, I want to see how many times, like, what'll have a higher number. How many times you show up on IDOLEYEZ, or how many times you ungraduate and regraduate as an idol. Oh no, I'm sorry. I forgot you're sick. Ashes, say hello.
Hello.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay. So, Ashes brought. So when I DM'd Ashes about this show concept on like Wednesday, and I was like, "Hey, if you know anyone else that'd be work, you can send them like." You can tell them to call in, and then Ashes was like, bet, and invited basically everyone that she knows that also went, essentially. So we've got a lot of guests here. All right, so everyone can introduce themselves one by one. Barry, you can go first, I guess, since I'm just going by
you're gonna pick on me with my hoarse voice.
No, I don't.
No, it's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. It's fine. All right. Hi, I'm Barry. I have been into idols since, like, I don't know, forever, like 2010 or something. I was at Japan Expo Thailand because of Ashes, and I love Thai idols now. I'm also a cosplayer. I lost my voice screaming for my Kamiyoshi last night.
currently joining us from Japan too. So
Yes,
like
in
huge
Tokyo.
props to Barry. Even though it's like, well, granted, it's like
It's
what, like 10 a.m.
It's
Okay, so
fine.
not too bad, but still,
It's reasonable.
still appreciate you for coming through from literally halfway
Yeah,
across the
thank you
world.
for having me.
All right, who we got up next? Redmoon, you can go.
All right, cool. So I'm Redmoon. I also was dragged to Japan Expo by Ash, and I now also love Thai idols. I got into idols and it was 2015. And yeah, and then I saw my first idol live in 2016. My first trip to Japan. I wound up scalping a ticket to Aqua Live, and it's been downhill ever since, pretty much. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Wait, is there anyone that actually willingly went to Japan Expo that wasn't dragged by Hatches? I don't know. It's everyone's like you're dragging them, so I'm just imagining you like literally
No. She delightfully went. There's this thing happening in Thailand. You want to go? I'm like, I'm already gonna be in Japan. I'm already halfway there.
drag her. No, so
Convenient.
It was kind of the same for me, honestly. Like I was like, well, I already kind of gonna be in Tokyo that time, so I'll just go. Why not?
Might
It's
as
not
well.
that far.
Yeah. All right. Next we have SoulDrive.
Hey, SoulDrive here, Anthony. Been in Idol since 2016, but got into Chica Idol probably around late 2022. And been in that hell since. Been to Japan probably 6-7 times per year since then. And pretty much 90% of my time was spent going to Chica Idol Live. And I went to Japan Expo like last month, or early this month, I guess. Willingly.
Willingly. Okay, thank God.
Thank you, Anthony.
All right, and last but not least, we got third from IDOLEYEZ finally showing up. Did you go willingly, or did Ashes stuff you into like a luggage and like kidnap you as well?
No. I'd say I went willingly. Ash, he told us all like, hey, there's something going on in Thailand. You should come with. So I did. But yes, hi. Third, Wodake Chushi, part of IDOLEYEZ, an East Coast-based Wodake group, as well as Any Party, East Coast-based DJ Any collective. And yeah, I guess I've been into idols since 2018, but not so much 3D idols until actually Japan Expo Thailand. So now I'm addicted. Thanks, Ash.
Oh yeah, speaking of, like, didn't you, or wait, am I thinking of this wrong? Where you found your first 3D Oshi at Japan Expo Thailand?
Two, but yeah.
Powerful.
But yes, yeah, my first actual, like 3D idol Oshi, the proper idol Oshis.
Oh, okay. Like that's crazy considering how long you've been in and around the scene. So, yeah. So anyway, I guess like we already started talking about it, but we're gonna be they're gonna be giving us a recap on, I guess the events and comings and goings of Japan Expo Thailand 2025, which happened earlier this month. So I guess prior to that, I guess Ashes, you can probably lead with this. How much did you, or if you could explain, I guess, to like the audience and me, specifically me as well, I guess just like the story behind like Japan Expo Thailand, like how you heard of it, or like how, I guess, just it sort of grew into this seemingly massive thing just kind of out of nowhere. Ashes.
Oh no, did she die?
Oh no, we lost Ash.
Oh, yep, there. Yep.
Oh no,
Shit.
laptop
We
died.
lost her. The overlay is getting screwed over on Twitch too.
Well,
You alive?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how much.
what happened.
No, it's okay. This episode's cursed as it is. Anyway, I don't know how much you caught.
Because I brought this like cavalcade of clowns in.
Literally, it's like a clown.
So,
Like it's basically a clown
It's
car
your
with.
circus, and we are your monkeys.
I mean, I'm trying to fit 5 people into one box, so it basically is a clown car at this point. So
Yep.
okay, I don't know how much you caught of that before Ashes, but yeah, just if like if you know like the background on Japan Expo Thailand, or like how you heard of it, or I guess just how it really like blew up seemingly.
Yeah. So Japan Expo Thailand is the largest Japanese culture event in Asia. Started, this is actually its 10th year anniversary, so it started 10 years ago. Usually it's more of like a festival style thing where it's like there's outdoor music, there are vendors, very small like number of vendors. It's mostly meant to be like an expo for like Japan itself. So each like a lot of the prefectures, like the major prefectures, will have like a table set up with, oh, why you should visit our prefecture. There's airlines, they'll run like deals on like airfare from Bangkok to like various area. Um, um, like during like a certain period, like, oh, if you book like this 2 week window outside Japan Expo, like you get a discount. I found out about it just because when I went to Thailand for the first time in 2023, I went during like I guess like a sister event called Thai Japan Iconic Music Fest, which I had actually found out about through my friend Marlon. He had gone the previous year in 2023. Is it year 22 or 23? Or it was 22, yes. Sorry. It's 2022. He had gone because a group that he followed was performing. And at the time, like, you couldn't enter Japan due to COVID, but you could enter Thailand.
Yeah, they're really strict with that.
Yeah, so him and a few of his friends went to Thailand. And then I went the following year, and the same organization was like, oh, we're also running like Japan Expo Thailand. And so I figured it would be like the best time to visit, like, because I would get like all the groups that I follow at once, as well as like a few Japanese groups I follow. Like last year had Festive, Sakuya Konohana, and a few others. This year their Japanese lineup was a little weak, unfortunately. But the Thai lineup like definitely made up for it.
Yeah, it looked like my only real exposure or even like knowledge of this is purely through you guys, just because like one, I didn't even know like how big this thing was, and two, like it looked really fun. Like that's probably I had some pretty bad FOMO.
Ando, so in 2026.
Oh god.
I'm just saying, it's completely free to attend once you get there.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
Free.
everything was completely free except for one paid stage, but that was like USD equivalent $12, and you had in and out privileges like all day.
What? Okay, I actually have to think about this now. That's crazy.
It was air conditioned.
Yeah, it was air conditioned, which was really nice.
I mean,
because Thailand is hot.
I mean, yeah, that's just Southeast Asia in general. It's just like
Yeah.
It's like the first time I went to the Philippines. I stepped out of the airport at like 11 at night, and my glasses still fogged up.
Yeah, that's about right for Bangkok too. But yeah, no. So that's the beauty of Japan Expo is like you can definitely like attend even without that paid stage, like and get to experience everything for free.
Yeah, that's awesome because I know, like usually, especially here in the U.S., like the barrier to entry for like just music in general, like not even just limiting it to Kai Guy or Chica or whatever, like you usually have to pay to go to see like an artist, or even if it's like a festival, you got to pay like $400 or something to go to like, I don't know, South by Southwest or like Coachella or something. Like, so the fact that you're basically like, how many people were on this lineup? Like I lost track. I looked at the poster and there's like almost like, it felt like there's like 30, 40 different groups. Like seeing all of that for free is insane.
Yeah. So there were effectively, I'll say, 4 music stages. There was one inside, which was like 90% Thai acts. That was the
Mirai stage.
The Mirai stage. Yes, it was on the second floor of the mall. There was there was another stage downstairs, which was a lot of the Japanese acts. I really was only there for Idol College, and then I went upstairs. And then there's the two stages outside. The Sora stage, which was like the main stage, and then or no, Sora's on the main stage. What was the name of the other one? I forget.
It was Kaze.
Kaze was the main stage one, and then Sora was like the slightly smaller one.
Okay, and that's also another aspect of this is that they're just basically holding this whole festival like inside a like the biggest mall. I think it was like when I googled it, it was like the biggest mall in Thailand or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
in a single building.
yeah, and like that's cool. Like and Ashes, you and I were talking about it like right around or when you were over there. Like that's the thing is like you don't really see that kind of. Like malls are just basically dead at this point in America, so the fact that somebody's holding like concerts or just like a whole, not even just concerts, just like a festival, like at a mall is pretty cool. And like, and since it's free, like people can like pass by and be like, "Oh, what's that?" And you know, that seems like it's really good for like exposing people to not just like idols in general, but like specific groups or food or like anything.
There were a lot of folks that would like. If I could tell they were being respectful, because there were some people, like, there were some tourists that were just, like, assholes.
Yeah.
But, like, the folks that were being respectful, like, they stop by and they take video. I'd be like, oh, yeah, this is, like, X group. Like, this is, like, what's happening. There were a few folks that, like, I bumped into during Sela outside. And they were from England. And they were like, wow, like I love like the crowd energy, and I was like, okay, if you like the crowd energy, you need to come back during this performance, which was festive. So I hope they did.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool. Like, you usually don't hear that much about, like I can understand if the like locals are like interested in it, but other tourists that are just also vacationing in Thailand, just getting or being fascinated by it, that's always cool to hear.
Yeah, the only thing that was frustrating was there were a lot of people that like they didn't know any better, obviously, but they were like taking like photos of like the members like during their checky time, etc. So I would just joke and be like, hey, like you can't take photo, you have to pay to take a photo like of them right now. And some people were like pretty respectful, but some people were just like total like jerks about it.
I mean, sounds about right for tourists, but tourists in Thailand, unfortunately. But
yeah,
honestly,
and they were all they were. I could tell they were all Americans
too. Yeah,
Australians too.
Oh no. But yeah, like honestly, like everything that you guys have told me about it so far, like sounds really cool. So I guess with that said, I guess we can start digging into I guess you guys could recap like what you guys did at Japan Expo Thailand. Were you guys all together, or did you like separate, or did you go see different things, or like?
I think I've been yapping for so long. Someone else yap, please.
I mean, I can yap for a little bit if you want to give yourself a break.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of the bigger things that many of us were there for, we're talking, festive and some of the other Thai groups.
Yeah.
Of course, we were together for a lot of that stuff. But there were things like specifically I wanted to see. Heroin no Kokoro was there. They're a Tokyo-based group that I specifically follow. And so that was kind of lost on everybody else. They're like, yeah, okay, go ahead, have a great time. But that is kind of the nice part about the expo is that like the accessibility is so great, even for if it's your first expo, if it's your first kind of jump into this like idol scene. It's not, in Japan, if you're seeing a Chica Idol live, you could get anywhere from like a basement in the middle of an area that you don't know where you are, that's 1,000 degrees, all the way up to somewhere that, hey, there's a stage with lights and there's a production here. This kind of normalizes the experience and makes it super accessible for people. If you're tired, there's a place to sit. If you're hungry, there's places to eat. Things like that.
Yeah, that's always cool. I think like the only equivalent or the closest equivalent I've gone to would probably be something like, I don't know, maybe like Anime Impulse LA, where it was like, oh, there's like an anime section. There's like Japanese idol performances. There's like all different types of Asian food section or whatever. So yeah, that's always cool. Like you basically, I mean, and that was like paying for one ticket and you got like 4 conventions all at the same time. This one's free.
Yeah.
And then so just like the value of that alone is also just mind-boggling.
I will say there was something very, very funny about all of us going to the Auntie Anne's to get pretzel dogs and strawberry lemonade in Thailand. There was an Auntie Anne's like right next to the Mirai stage, and we all just went there.
Hey, taste of home, but
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
did you guys like? Please tell me you at least ate actual Thai food when you were there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Although I always have to at least get KFC there once because the KFC is very good. Because they have egg tarts for some reason.
Damn.
Wait, what? At
Yeah.
KFC?
Yep. They have egg tarts at the KFC, and you can ask Third. Like, they're some of the best egg tarts.
Oh my god, yeah, those egg tarts were insane. And this is coming from a Kanto person.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're very picky.
always-
We
always
love
have to get
we love our
KFC
dantats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess
like always try and get Thai food. I went to an Opkai the Thursday before the event with a bunch of international people. And we did like barbecue as well.
oh, that's cool. Like the Offkai was specifically for people like international people coming in for Japan Expo.
It was kind of my friend Pepper had posted about it on Facebook, and he basically was like, "Yeah, like invite as many people as you want." So I invited everybody, and then the problem was it was a little like off the beaten path of Bangkok, so like I really only ended up there like with one other person. Everyone else like went off to do their own thing, but the meat was so good, and like we ended up covering the bill for everyone just because it was easier than like trying to wrangle cash from people, and it was. Let me
Cheap.
see. I have yes, I have the bill here somewhere.
Damn. Didn't know you were loaded like that.
It's like it was like $200 for like 30 people. So
Jeez. Okay,
Damn.
that's crazy.
Oh.
let's see.
But yeah,
65,
if anyone else can jump in here, but I guess like did you have any specific performances that were your favorites? I know Festive is probably going to come up at some point or another, so I guess you can speak about that. Whoever wants
Yeah,
to.
let me let everyone else talk because I've been yapping.
I went to Meme Tokyo Offkai, well, more like a meet and greet session that they hosted at Animate Bangkok, and found out from Mew, one of the talents that I followed, that it's actually their first ever event at Animate.
Oh,
They normally
wow.
go to like Tower Records and whatnot, but in Tokyo or just anywhere in Japan, this is the first time they actually have done an event at Animate. I've been following them since probably December 2024, and I was surprised that I got to see them like actually back to back. The moment they left Thailand to go back to Japan, I actually followed them, and I actually flew out the day after they flew out, landed the next day, and went to their live.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
Pure coincidence.
I mean, yeah, that ended up working out perfectly then, and also like honestly great transition considering how much Ray talked. I think Ray talked about how he wanted to produce a song for Meme Tokyo. Like, or I think he spoke with one of the members and was like, and like on the check he's like, "I hope you could produce a song for us," and then Ray was just like, "Bet." So, that's honestly really cool. That and also I'm sure like that for their scheduling as well, it'd be like, hey, like wait, I saw you. Didn't I see you in a completely different country before or something like that?
Yeah. Also, so I was born in Thailand, lived there for about 15ish years, so I can still speak the language. So it's a lot easier to go around and get some insider information from the talents themselves. So it was an interesting take, just to hear like the perspective of foreigners going to see them.
Yeah. So, how in tune were you with, I guess, the Thai idol scene while you were living there? Just curious.
Too long. It wasn't even born. The talents were born when I left. So
Okay. So then it's only recently, but like, so you must be surprised to see like how much like Thai idols have sort of blown up, or just like not even just like talking about like Japanese specific Thai idols. I mean, like we got Thai idols in K-pop too as well. So it's sort of become like a new hotbed for idol culture in a way.
kind of interesting to see like the key difference. Like they tend to be a little bit more fan service, more handsy with the guest. So that was definitely a very interesting experience compared to my normal routine with Japanese talents.
Oh my god, I got so many hugs. It was great, but I'm also a female person, so
That's cool though. I mean,
yeah,
that could just be again like a Southeast Asia thing where like
yeah.
skinship isn't like as taboo or like people always like hug and kiss each other all the time.
I think
So
it's also like the level of management too, because like I don't know, I was just chilling with them, just chatting while no one else was taking checky.
that's cool. Like they weren't, because usually
Yeah.
like if it's Checky or if it's like an idol or like, everyone's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can't talk
take
to
the
like
checky,
there's
go on
there's
a
always like
minute,
some
and then you go.
yeah there's always like a manager hovering over you like
Yeah,
next
yeah.
like that sort of thing. So yeah, it's always cool
Yeah.
when you can sort of just chill and talk with them and realize, wow, you're just normal people that just happen to sing
Yeah.
on stage. Barry, while you're talking, I guess, was there anything
Yes.
specific, like any specific artist or like a memory or event that stood out for you at Japan
Honestly,
Expo?
I went in only knowing about two groups. Sora Sora, which I had met at an off-kai in 2023 when they came to Japan. I was like, oh, Ashes knows this group. I'm going to be in Tokyo. They're going to be in Tokyo. Let's go. So Anthony and I went, and they fished me hard. Love Min Min. And so I knew about them, and then I don't remember how I found Chocolatier, but I was following this one girl from it, Miki Miki. She's the Peach Choco member because she was cosplaying Panny from Panny and Stocking for Halloween.
Whoa.
And so I wanted to like interact with her. So I was interacting with her online. So, and then I accidentally became the 9th member of Chocolatier.
8th now, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I took over for Rain as green. So sad.
Aw.
My
But-
Oshi down.
But
Wait,
it
really?
was really nice to be able. Yeah.
Oh.
Because my
Can I
Oshi
get-
was the mint green member.
Can I get some
Oh,
praying
it's
really
hands
nice.
in the chat
Uh,
for Ash's Oshi? I didn't want to say
She was
Ash because
up
that's
in the
rude.
chat.
She's not dead. But yeah, honestly, yeah. That's actually, or I do enjoy that experience as much too. Like usually, I usually try to like look up as much as I can before I go to
Yeah.
events. But just like being like just going in blind and then just being like, whoa, wait, where'd
Yeah.
this come from? Is
yeah,
definitely an
exactly.
awesome experience,
And I
especially for
think
something I'm not familiar
Japan
with.
Expo Thailand's format really lent itself to that because it was a free event. You could just kind of show up at the stage and see a new group, get a new Oshi, and then go take checky and give them all your money.
Wait, was every group doing checkies?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. They all
Yeah.
had Bupon options.
Oh God, like see,
That's where all the money went.
oh,
you
yeah,
don't
so
spend
the
it on
event
the
is free,
ticket.
but you're
Spend it
gonna
on the
go
check-in.
broke on checkies and like,
Yes, exactly.
that's how they get you.
Just make sure to get to eat.
Oh, that too. Like,
We gotta
yeah.
feed the Thai idols.
Um, yeah. Let's see who's next. Redmoon. How about your experience, or what was memorable on your end?
For me, since Ash has always been kind of the Thai idol pusher that I know, she's been the one that was like, "You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be the best thing." And I knew I was gonna love it, of course. But I think like Thai idols and Japanese idols are very different, and Barry talked about that a little bit. Of course, it's different for women than it is for guys, unfortunately. But they are like a lot more talkative. Even with guys, they're a lot closer. They're like, I think that's just the difference between Thai and Japanese people in general. I think Thai
Yeah,
people are just a lot more
that tracks.
outwardly friendly and things like that. Um, so experiencing that firsthand was really great, and getting to enjoy everything at a very comfortable pace. Like, I don't mind being locked in a sweaty pit of 600 people for 6 hours. That doesn't bother me, but not everybody can do that. So, the fact that we could watch what we wanted to watch, and then we were all like, "Hey, let's go get pepper lunch." So, we trot across the mall, get pepper lunch, hang out, or get Sizzler, and then
We never actually went back to Sizzler.
we did go back to Sizzler. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
we went to Sizzler.
Did you not
We
go?
missed it.
Oh,
No,
she missed
I
it.
didn't
No,
go
it
to
was
Sizzler.
Saturday.
Ow.
I messed up the Sizzler salad bar. I went crazy.
Wait, what's the Sizzler lore?
I had Moss
Sizzler?
Burger.
It's Sizzler used to be here in the States. It's like they do steaks and burgers and they have a salad bar, but it hasn't been
Yeah.
around here since Barry, like the 90s.
Yeah,
I
like
guess,
in
was the last
the
time I was
late
in there.
90s.
Yeah.
It's like
I
Ruby
went and I was like,
Tuesday.
Sizzler.
Oh, Ruby
Sizzler. I
Tuesdays was
haven't
my
been to a
goat.
Sizzler since '98.
But yeah, and it was great getting to like see a lot of people from a lot of different places as well come together. I think it'll come up more, when festive, when we talk about festive specifically, of course, but getting to see, Thai fans, Japanese fans, American fans. We met a couple people from Indonesia. So getting to see everybody come together is just a really cool thing.
Yeah, truly, it seemed like an international event, especially when seeing all those clips on Twitter of like literally every flag under the sun being waved around, which I guess perfectly transitions to third. Like, how badly did you get beat up in the pits over in Thailand?
I'm not too much. Like they were definitely like, especially a lot of the harder groups, like rock or metal groups, people would like just like kick each other, punch each other, or shove each other. I didn't do that. I'm like, I'm 125 pounds. I'm gonna get thrown around, like, But I didn't go. But I enjoyed the energy. Like, it's definitely something new for me. Because like I said, I've never been into 3D idols. I said this on a whole thread on Twitter, but so when Ash invited me, I had no reason to say yes, but something in my brain went, "You should go." So I said yes, and yeah, it's history.
Mikoto was beckoning you.
Oh
You
my
knew
god,
it.
yeah, Mikoto was beckoning me. Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, actually, yeah. Can I get the story on how this happened? Like the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Oshi discovery.
It's sure, yeah. Well, context is like, yes, I've been in the idol scene since 2018, but that was more like 2.5D, and even now I'm still majority 2.5D. So your love life, your IMAX, your whatnot. But if I think fundamentally the relationship is different because yes, there are real people behind these characters, but they push the 2D side of things a lot. So you form a relationship with anime characters. With 3D idols, it's purely 3D. And for me, I had known about 3D idols for a long time, like even since I got into the idol scene, because my friends had always been into cheek idols or whatnot. But for me, it never clicked for me. I don't know why. Maybe it was the music or the vibe or whatnot. I just didn't get into them. I like certain individual songs here and there, but not too much. But it wasn't until I went here, and yeah, Mikoto fished me hard. But the story about that is, so we had all gone to a cafe called Siam Dal Cafe, I think on the Thursday? It was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, just because I think Ashes knew one of the girls there, so we just wanted to pop by and see her. But like she wasn't there.
Yeah, Minnie from You Can Already Tell Me was supposed to be working, but she was busy practicing. So it was just Mikoto and then a trainee from the cafe.
Is Minnie just like a common like English like name that people use in Thailand, or
Yes.
okay, yeah, because I'm just like, yeah, like wait a second, like I mean, not surprising that there's other people called Minnie, but like obviously the first person I think of is like Giotto Minnie, so like not surprising. Anyway,
Yeah, you literally said Giotto Minnie.
I mean, I swear they got Mikoto out here playing Bassmaster 2000 on N64 when she was
Bro.
like 5.
Wait, what?
Like, just
Like, did they have-
Action, bro?
they had like an
Bro.
N64 setup at the bar.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
this
she
girl's
knows.
been fishing since she was 5. Like,
Oh
Bro,
shit!
she
Yeah,
know, bro. Like she knew all the critics because well, we went to this cafe and Minnie wasn't there, but we still sat down anyway. Just like why not? And Mikoto was our server. She just spoke English and Japanese, so I think that was why. Like, oh yeah, you go serve the foreigners,
I also actually, she has connections to, shout out to Aiden. Aiden's
Hey.
Kamiyoshi Kira, and they're friends because
Oh,
Kira's
that's cool.
Thai.
Yeah,
So
small world.
there's actually a lot of interconnection with Kira and Chocolatier. Kira does all their costume design, which I didn't know. It's really
Wow.
cool.
I didn't even know like
so I
Kira
kind of
had
been
like
okay, she was on my periphery, and then she just took out that fishing pole, caught us all.
yeah, she knew all the combos. She's definitely like a Street Fighter,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Tekken player. She had every
Oh,
combo
yeah.
unlocked.
got like 500 APM.
Yeah, I'm getting juggled in the corner by Mikoto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, like
my-
that's actually cool. Or do a lot of idols end up working at just like random like bars or like random places that they're like okay with you saying hi or like running into them?
Some of them. Mikoto is actually a really interesting case because the cafe that she's working for is, I guess, like I don't want to say a enemy like label, but she's under a label called CMJ, and
Okay.
Siamdol Cafe is owned by another company called Siamdol. So they have like very specific rules for her because I asked like, oh, like can we like take Chucky? And she said no. Like the rules of my company are like I can work here, but I can't take Chucky, which is completely understandable because she is essentially like CMJ style and not Siamdol style.
Yeah.
There's a few others that work at a couple
Sidebar?
bars. Yeah. There's a couple that work at Sidebar Planet, and MBK. There's a couple that work at a place called Alcoholic. But for the most part, it's more of a stepping stone. Like a lot of them will start out like working at maid cafes, working at like girls bars, and then eventually becoming an idol.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably like where it's an easy place to get discovered or just build your profile. So honestly, yeah, that's
also,
go ahead.
we have a water redeem, so everybody drink water.
Wait, that's a thing? What?
Yeah, Tama hit it.
All right, okay.
I've been drinking since like 30 minutes ago, Tama, and now you use the water redeem. Fine. All right, everyone better have water.
Yep, got a whole liter.
H2O, drink.
Have you guys planted that seed outside of the US yet? The H2O chance?
I tried to, I did it quietly because they don't really do like, because a lot of them are groups, they don't really do water breaks. They just kind of drink their water while the other girls are talking. So unfortunately, it wasn't really an option. But I did it a couple times when there were soloists, just quietly to myself. But we'll get it. We'll move it.
I told Ashes like a while back. I think I was seeing Eve's former Luna like I was like 5 seconds away from starting a H2O chant, but I'm just like, wait, never mind. Nobody knows that. I'm gonna be like the only weirdo chanting H2O here.
Oh my god.
Anyway, wait. So have you guys even like cover like everything you guys have talked about so far has been like the Thursday? Is that how packed? Is that how like packed this thing was? Where
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Anything else
pretty
happened the
much.
other days, or
I
just like everything's
literally-
Thursday?
I literally was busier at Japan Expo than I've ever been at Anime Expo, Anime NYC, any convention I've been to.
Wow. And that's
Yeah,
saying a
it's
lot
tr-
considering how many conventions you go to, Ashes.
Yeah. me
Yup.
too. Yeah, I
it's
felt like
'cause-
I never really had a break. Like I never really needed a break. Like I was like, oh well, this group's performing. I'm gonna go check them out.
Mhm. Yeah, it starts at like what 11 kind of in the morning,
Yeah.
like kind of when stuff really starts to kick off,
Yeah.
and then it really is like it's not a panic though. It's not a panic busy where
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
running from here to there to here. Everything's pretty accessible, but you're
Oh.
always moving.
Yeah.
So the day would fly by. Like I'd be like, oh, I'll get there at 10:45, and then you blink and you're like, it's 4. I've had like 3 sips of water, a mint, and no food. Like, oh no.
I mean, that's the typical.
And you're
con
just running off that
experience.
the whole day.
Yeah, you're running off like the Thai Hong Thai herbal inhaler and dreams.
Seriously, Ashes, we need to get you that sponsor.
Hong Tai sponsor me, please.
Yes, Hong Tais, please sponsor Ashes. Ashes has done more promotion for like that like that nasal thing.
I'm gonna end up buying like a case for Offkai Expo. I feel it.
I still got half a dozen.
Okay.
Mm.
I need to try that out because it's definitely like magic. Egg
I'll
says
bring you one
you
next
should,
week.
you should mix it with smelling salts. I mean, that might wake you up too
Yeah,
much.
pretty much.
Ash is sponsored by Inhalers and Strong Zero.
Yeah,
That's the other
sounds
thing I
about
was
right.
running on all weekend. That and like this nasty ass liquor that my friend Rain brought over from Taiwan.
Wait, do they not have Strong
Like,
Zero there or no?
No, they have Strong Zero there.
No, it's like this weird like peanut something, whatever.
Yeah, this like
Is it not
liquor that
beer?
like my friend brought.
No, it's a liquor. It's like a hard liquor.
Okay, so like an actual.
Yeah, my friend brought it. Yeah, my friend literally bought it at the airport in Taiwan and then flew over with it. And I showed my friend Jared it, and he's like, "Yo, I know this exact like liquor," and I'm like, "Oh, please never! Like, I'd never want to have it again."
I'll take your word for it. So
It was weird. Sorry, continue.
no, I guess just what was I gonna say? He's great. I guess just like I was gonna bring up like groups that you guys or groups that you are already interested in. I guess we talked about like were there any new groups that you guys sort of discovered or like fell in love with during the expo?
My grandchildren, Align Link, they're babies. They just debuted like a couple months ago. They must be. I don't even think any of them are over 20. I was like, these are my grandchildren. They were just so charming and cute. I was like, I can't not stand. We love.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely had that air of like this is our first time like doing idol stuff, and we're just doing our best, and it was so cute.
Oh.
I was really excited for Silver Lining. I literally would not shut the hell up about them on Twitter. I'm still not shutting up about them. They are debuting in like 3 hours. Like they're
Wait, they haven't officially debuted?
Debut. No, they were pre-debut at Japan Expo.
That's awesome.
They only performed one song. They're like officially debuting like today in Thai time. I was really excited for them. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm like the known like boy idol disliker, but I've never really gravitated towards like male idols, with the exception of a few.
Same.
But honestly. I got to see Night Res, and I really enjoyed them. They really just felt like they, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. They were very charming. My Oshi unfortunately graduated. Like, he literally, like, told me, like, I'm really glad that you came to see me because I'm graduating soon. And I'm like, dog.
Do you
He
have
had
any
not even
Oshis?
announced it.
Do you have any Oshis that haven't graduated, Ashes?
Pun is still holding on strong.
Please, no pun. Please, yeah, please stick around. You're like the one Thai idol I know. Please. And
Everybody
also,
loves Pun.
yeah. But yeah, honestly, like that's cool that they had a chance to basically just like build their profile even before they made debut. So like I'm sure like yeah. Well, for one, I'm gonna tune it or I'm gonna start paying attention since they're actually gonna debut. So yeah, that's always cool to see like or that's why I always like festivals because like even though obviously there's always going to be big artists, but even if it's like an artist or like one group that does like one or two songs just to like get their name out there, it's always cool to just like it's like hey, like you write it down or you go look them up on streaming or follow them on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, like eventually that stuff kind of builds up. So
Japan Expo, because Japan Expo is such a large event, a lot of people will debut their groups there. For reference, in 2023, Stella Grima actually debuted there, and then last year, Mirai Mirai and Chocolatier both debuted at Japan Expo. So
wow. So yeah, like there's a history of like basically because like all those groups you named like still like they're groups I know, so that's actually pretty
Stella
cool.
Grima is literally on the screen right now.
Yeah, yeah, just like pure coincidence. Anyone else have any other groups that sort of you discovered or just fell in love with?
And I guess like I can briefly mention because I think other people will mention them later. But like for me, like, two Oshis, Mikoto from Chocolatier, and then Yume from Fuyubi. I'm gonna leave it for other people because I think we all kind of like got fish for Chocolatier, and then Ashes will not shut the hell up about Fuyubi, so I'll let her speak to that too later. But for me personally, Ripicute was one group that I really liked.
Yeah, Ripicute was super fun.
They're pretty fun. I wouldn't say Havanoshi in there yet because I think I like all of them equally. It's like, but they were the very, very first performance of the entire event on Friday morning at 11. Because I came there and I'm like, oh, it's the first day of Japan Expo. Let's see what happens. And they were the very first group to perform, and they came swinging out of the gate for me because their music was super duper like different than anything I had ever expected. It's in a combination of like EDM and like screamo metal and rock, and it blew my mind.
And they're all just very polite, petite girls in white dresses.
Exactly, the juxtaposition of
like the Gap Moe.
them, like, yeah, the Gap Moe of them like doing like screamo metal with these like super cute. It's really funny, but I just like their music. And we got checking with them. I think Miami, she spoke like perfect English to me, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, Miami's great. Miami used to be in a group called Dead Cat.
Yeah. So when I went up for Checkies with them, she spoke perfect English to me. And I was like, I'm like, wait, what? You speak English? But that was cool. They were super charming. They were nice.
Yeah, I was really actually impressed with how many of the Thai girls knew English, which was unexpected because if you're talking like Japanese chica idols, most of them only speak Japanese, maybe a little bit of English or who knows what other languages. But like I was shocked with how many actually spoke with me in English, and even though they're Thai, I think Anthony had a little insight on it in that a lot of them go to international school where it's compulsory to learn English.
Correct. Like most of the girls usually enroll in, usually starting from primary school, they are required to learn English from actually an English teacher, like British English, Austrian English teacher.
Yeah, and like just personal reference, like a lot of most people that I knew from Thailand are just basically essentially fluent in English, and I guess same thing like where like again another Southeast Asia thing where a lot of countries seemingly English speaking is very common, or like again like Philippines like for references is basically sometimes you'll hear conversations where they'll just jump back and forth between like Tagalog and English like seamlessly and like it's nothing, and like very rarely do people just only speak one. So yeah, that's been my experience as well with or just knowing of Thai idols or just knowing Thai people.
Yeah, I think adding on to that with my two Oshi, Mikoto, she spoke English, so we had no problem communicating with my other Oshi that I found, Yume. She does not. She's at, because I'm planning to go next year, I'm actually planning to learn as much Thai as I can within the next year. So I'm seriously, I have
you got
actually
fished
started
hard.
seriously studying Thai.
This guy's
I am
crazy.
studying Thai.
This guy's bringing up the Duolingo.
Yeah, no, I am 100% serious about this. Like, I have started learning Thai seriously. So by next year, I'll be ready.
I mean, that's kind of why I learned Japanese, because I wanted to speak with like Japanese
Yeah, me too.
wrestlers and idols.
Yeah,
so.
same. That's why I learned Japanese too. I'm like, I want to talk to the funny dancey girl.
Okay. I guess now that we have groups that we sort of discovered, any other groups that sort of popped up in your mind? We didn't talk about Festive much though, because considering like how they're like the one.
I mean, what do you have to say about Festive, right? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, of course, they're obviously popped off. It was awesome, incredible, but like, we know that, right? Like, we all knew it was gonna be awesome. Like, everyone was aware how great it was gonna be.
My friend, so I guess I can offer a little bit of insight for Festive. So the flags that pop up every year, that is like a Thai or a group called Kapow that my friend Mark runs. And on Facebook, he literally posted like, come to Kaze stage at 7:45 p.m. We need all the help we can get. He had like so many flags that like for the final like Festive stage, there were so many flags that were being flown that Japan Expo's camera crew had to swap angles.
They had to zoom out.
I
because
don't
it's just,
remember
like,
it happening
all flags.
last year. It was pretty much every flag that was being flown, with the exclusion of there was a Manchester United flag that someone brought. My Annie was a flag. Chris's Philadelphia Eagles flag. I brought a New Jersey flag as well, but I didn't have enough. For whatever reason, I was like missing like one of my pole pieces. And then like there was someone that like walked up, and they're like, "Oh, like, are you part of Aniwaza?" And I'm like, "I am in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm being asked if I'm part of Aniwaza. What's going on?" The person went to Rutgers for a couple years, knew Aniwaza, knew my friend Ash, and was like, "Can I fly the New Jersey flag?" And I'm like, "Sure, go for it. If you can make it work, fly the New Jersey flag."
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Like they walked up and they're like,
of all the places.
Aniwaza? And I'm like, huh?
Like usually whenever I go outside of the country, most people don't even know what New Jersey is. So I usually just say New York.
Yeah, that's literally like what I was telling like a lot of people. Until they'd be like, "Oh, like I have family in like X random state." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, so I live in Philadelphia." And they're like, "Okay." And then yeah, Chris did also bring up the Philadelphia Eagles flag is actually signed by the owner of Nihonbashi Philly.
Oh yeah, nice.
Can we talk about that actually? Because that's that whole saga of you being over there for the Super Bowl and the Eagles actually winning, thanks to Pun.
Oh my God! Thank you, Pun.
Thank you, thank you, Based Pun, saving us from Chiefs terrorism.
Yes, I will tell the full story once we are done.
Oh no, like you can tell it right now.
Oh sure. So it started in 2023 actually. Like when I went over for the first time. Usually like when I get checkies, like I always tell like the idol like, "Oh, like you pick your pose. Like I'm not picky. Like do whatever you feel creative about." But there was one specific pose that I wanted. I brought my Eagles jersey, and I was like, "Can you like hold this up or wear it or something? And can you write 'Go Birds' on it?" And she's like, what does that mean? And so I explained, like in like my city, like they're really passionate about like the American football team. And so like during like the season, as a greeting, instead of saying like hello, like to fans, we say go Birds. And she's like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, okay. So fast forward. At the start of the season 2024, I was like going to make it like a point to like say go Birds like every time they play the game on Twitter, and I forgot halfway through. But the first weekend they played, just for the hell of it, I tagged her on Twitter and I'm like, hey, can we get like a go Birds to start the season? And she replied to me with go Birds with the eagle emote. So she understood the and then the Eagles just keep winning. And we're like, oh my god, did pun actually save our Super Bowl chances? And so when I got to her line, because like they had like Bupan on Friday, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like knock this out of the park. I buy 10 Shecky tickets, get some of the most insane Sheckies I ever have. But I tell her, like, I pull the flag out and I'm like, hey, do you remember in 2023, like when we got like the Go Birds Shecky? And she's like, yeah, I remember. And I show her the flag and I'm like, did you know that they're in like the Super Bowl? Like they're in like the championships? And she's like, wait, really? And I'm like, yeah, and you did that. And I had what I had originally wanted to go Bird. What I had originally wanted to do was they do like video messages, and I wanted to get one of her saying "Go Birds," but they weren't doing it because they were doing the photo booth instead. And so she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't get the video, but I know deep in my heart they'll win." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm holding you to that." And then they fucking win, and I'm like, "Can she come to the Super Bowl parade?"
Yeah, she should. Like she literally. You know how there's you know how when people ask like Lil B or like base god, please let me pass my test or something like that. It's basically like that's like the pun seal of approval. Like that should be the thing. It's like, pun, please help me get a raise at my job, or like please let this girl say yes when I ask her out or something like that. So
oh my god. Thank you, pun. Thank you, based pun.
Thank you, based pun. Yeah, that is like. Yeah, no, we have to get that. We have to make that a thing. Thank you, based pun. Honestly, like the whole idea of like these kind of interactions is why I feel like I, especially as somebody that's new to this kind of scene, it's why I feel like I've grown to love like Kai Guy and Chica Idol scene, is because like there's so much more personal interaction, and like and especially like for small groups or people that are have limited exposure, you essentially mean the world to them, and they'll try to remember every single detail about you and try and like continue conversations from previous times you ran into each other.
Oh yeah, so, absolutely.
Like, yeah, definitely. Like I feel like that's the thing that I've grown to appreciate the most. You're not just like another random face that they're trying to like get through in the line. They really do appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't want to like blast her, so I'm not going to say who specifically. I actually had one of my Oshis buy a Checky from my from World Chaos Party,
which is insane.
Like I got the notification and I look at the address and I'm like, wait a minute, I recognize this address as like the agency's address. What the hell? And I called her out on it when I like got in her checking line, and she's like, "Well, I couldn't buy you a birthday gift, so I wanted to, give you a birthday gift and also support you." And I nearly like broke down in the checking line.
Oh. See, like that's really like stuff like that. Honestly, just I'd say it goes beyond just like fan and performer relationship or just interaction. Like you really are just like. You're supporting each other, and it's not just like a one-way type of thing. So, yeah. Eggy's saying, Ando, you should get fished by Rhea. I'll work on that. whenever I eventually get a Rio with live, if I feel like waking up early enough. So yeah, I guess just to close things out, especially for the newcomers, like the first experience, first impression, like as overall summary, and if you're gonna be going back, so who else were the first timers? Is it just like Barry, Redmoon?
It was everybody except Chris, who's not here,
okay,
and Peter, who's also not here.
Oh, shout out Peter McMuffin. Okay. I'll go the other way around this time. So third, just like how was it? Like how was your exposure? Like the first time, and I guess just you already said you're going back, so.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. I mean, hey, it was a Sunday, the last day, and I was in Mikoto's checking line, and I was like, oh, I'm flying back to America tonight. She's like, you got to come back next year to see me. So I'm like, well, look, my queen Mikoto, who am I to disobey?
It's like now you have to.
Yeah, gotta. She master fisher.
Indeed. So, and yeah, like definitely seemed like you had a fun time. Like I know, like it's usually just the Aniwaza peeps that are like going insane at lives here in the U.S. So it honestly crazy. It was crazy to see just pretty much like some of the pits that I saw were just insane, or just like how many people were doing are like doing call and mix and that sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully we can we can bring back some of that to the US.
I'm hoping to spread more mixes, and well, the signature thing I think people do are in Bangkok with that's those crazy shoulder cheerleader lifts, but
oh my god, yeah, the shoulder lifts.
Considering how venues are not too keen on doing that in America, not letting us do that. I don't know if we can do that, but we'll try.
You better to ask for forgiveness than permission, as they say.
Ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Yep. SoulDrive, what's your, I guess, like overall recap of your experience with Japan Expo?
Go bro next year.
Honestly, you could just probably leave it at that. But I mean, like, is it actually a really important or like cool thing to see just like Thai, not even just idol culture, just Thai culture, just sort of blowing up in this sort of way?
I would say, yeah, since I pretty much has been removed from Thailand for 25 years, just going back to see like how much has changed, how much hasn't changed. It's just eye-opening, and just be able to get around so easily, and obviously understanding the language just makes it so much easier. And also the fact that I might be getting a Thai bank account at some point this year that prepares me for next year for whatever it is that I might be committing to.
Oh, at least you don't have to pay international transaction fees when you get checkies. Yeah, it's just like you're already prepared for whenever like the next Japan Expo happens. So Redmoon, I guess how would you sum up your Japan Expo?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lock for next year already. I'm already we'll wait for I don't even know if the dates are out for 26 yet. I don't think so, but
they're not, but it's usually around the same time frame every year, so you're safe to lock in like those first couple weeks of February.
Oh, easy. And I think if I had to suggest an event, I've been to festivals here in the US, I've been to Japan 8 times. I've been to Japan and gone to different like festivals or like big Taibans over in Japan. This is a really great way to kind of get both worlds, where you can go to the Taiban, you could go to the event, see the idols, but you can also enjoy Thailand a little bit. And enjoy seeing somewhere new. And so I think it's great for people that already like idol and idol culture and want to explore a new place, and also have an event that's super accessible.
Yeah, that's honestly like the coolest aspect of it. Is to like, because usually whenever you're like, whenever I go to Japan, it's usually all right. I'm going from one event to another. I don't really get to like sightsee much or just experience Japan. Just I experience like tiny rooms with no air conditioning. So,
Mhm.
so like having it like at a mall, having it out in public, having it, like be, I guess, just so easily accessible is honestly like my biggest takeaway from it. So, and also making me very jealous and that I have to go.
Yeah, and and that's the cool
Oh
part,
god.
right? Because now, like, Ash has people, and I have friends, and I think we all kind of have talked to people that we know who are also into, be it Hololive or Love Live or Idolmaster or even other Chica idols, and everyone's like, it looks like you guys had an incredible time, and all of us are just like, yeah, you have to come. Like, we're gonna take this. We were, seven person squad
There's
this time, I
7 of
think we
us all
were,
together,
and
yeah.
like, I want it to be like 20 next time.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I
I'm sure
know,
it'll grow.
like yeah, I know, like, a bunch of, my friends from, like, one server, that are all, like, VTuber folks who have been getting into it again. They're all like, "Wow, this looks fun." I'm like, "Yeah, you should come."
Hmm. Barry, I guess you can give your overall thoughts as well.
I went in expecting to be charmed, but I think I was more charmed than I was expecting. Uh, I really like, maybe it's just because we can communicate in the same language, made it really easy. Um, Also, everyone was just so kind and welcoming, and even if they didn't speak Thai or didn't speak English, and I obviously can't speak Thai, it was still really special to be able to kind of share the experience, not only with my American compatriots, but to kind of almost, I don't know, I wouldn't say um, uh like befriend, but like become interactive and establish a relationship with the talent.
Nah, don't be don't be humble. I'm sure you end up becoming like friends with some of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, half of Chocolatier follows me on social media now. Align Link all follows me on social media. I think they like that I told them I was an idol and a cosplayer.
Yeah,
And they're like, really? And then they're like, can I follow you? And I'm like, here's my card.
yeah. Like
So it was really delightful.
I figured that'd be like the biggest interaction part since
Yeah,
you know the whole like
yeah, exactly.
deal and like you know what they go through. So that's honestly again like going back to you're it's not like a fan and like idol or
Uh,
performer thing. It's you're supporting each other. So that's always cool to see.
exactly. Yeah, no, honestly, the reason Min Min from Zora Sora is my initial first Oshi in the Thai idol scene was when we were at the off Kai, Anthony was like in Thai to her, you know she's an idol too. She went, really? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, can I support you? And I was like, yeah. And then she became my Oshi because I was like, well, we're just gonna be idols supporting idols.
Yeah, and also like I mean I have no idea how have Thai idols ever come to the US, but I mean like if there's ever an opportunity like
No.
that'd actually be
No,
cool
not
to
yet.
just sort of have
We're
at
gonna get
least
Choco to come.
yeah, if you're friends with like half of them already, then they have to come.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like we
yeah.
have to put on like I don't know, just like a world like idol
Yeah,
event where you just
exactly.
like invite
That
people from like every single possible
would
country
actually
that you
be
can think
really
of.
cool.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of difficulty
Yeah.
with Thai like like AFAB people specifically getting
Yeah.
visas to come to America.
I see.
So like the visa thing would be the main thing. It's not even the cost; it needs the
Yeah.
approval
Yeah,
to get the
cuz the
visa.
most
Because I
most
know of
recent
a
ones.
couple yeah, this is like a completely different tangent, but for Breaking Dimensions last year, they tried to get Tao Tan, a cosplayer, to come over, and her visa got declined
Which
for
sucks cuz
no
Tao
reason.
which sucks cuz Tautan is literally the most innocent looking bean that I haven't personally laid eyes on yet, but I know like Dylan, our other friend, is really good friends with her. Same with Jimmy. So,
Yeah,
can't believe.
I actually I went to one of the maid cafes in MBK with Jimmy.
Yeah, so that sucks, and like it's always cool to just see. Yeah, it's cool when people like our idols or performers come visit you, but it's always cool to see people that are like come over from like different parts of the world, or
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So like I guess much like Japan Expo Thailand did. So I guess Ashes with that, or since we got you yapping already, so yeah, what's your final impression of it? And like since Thai idols are kind of your thing, I guess just you can probably like put things into words better than I can.
Yeah. So this was my second Japan Expo. Like, I'm obviously already committed to the third one because even if like their Japanese lineup is weak, like you can still like go see like pretty much every Thai idol group that's currently active. There's maybe just like a small handful that did not perform. Just because they, one of their members was sick, etc. I'm definitely going next year. I think maybe I'll try to go a little longer next year because last year I was able to frame it just right where I got to go to a Sora Sora release event and then I had Japan Expo. Unfortunately, like this year, because I did Japan into Thailand, I ended up missing this year's Sora Sora event, which kind of bumped me out a little bit. So I'd like to like stay there like a little longer, maybe go to like a regular Taiban, and then like ease myself into Japan Expo.
Yeah, and again, like, I think you've definitely, well, all of you guys from what you shared on social media, you definitely did justice to sort of spreading the gospel of Japan Expo Thailand. And like I know I'm not the only one that got FOMO or was like, oh my god, that actually looks so cool. Seeing you guys just post all your shenanigans going on that whole weekend. So hopefully I can go. Hopefully this might encourage other people to go. If not, at least discover the Thai idol scene, which I think is just as burgeoning and just as worthy of exposure as other scenes. So that's, I guess, like that's my sincere hope coming out of this. And like I'd say like so like most of what would be the easiest way to sort of just dive headfirst into the Thai idol scene, because like not everything is on streaming, correct?
No, so not everything's on Spotify. However, because video is allowed at Thai idol events, there's a couple of accounts that pretty much record every event, and you can watch like every performance from it.
Yeah, and you guys sent me some links already. Like shout out, like some of these are like really well. One, they're really well done, and two, like they seem really fun. So that's actually like a really
Zaru records in like 4K. So
yeah, just like literal like cinema like level. And so that's cool that they're willing, or definitely helps expose them to people that otherwise wouldn't have gotten their eyes on these kind of groups. So yeah, I guess just I don't know, we can drop links, or is that a thing we can do in here, Aggie? Like if I copy a link,
be able to.
Okay, just making sure that it won't. So yeah, that's Zaru, and then what was the other ones that you shared with me? Oh no,
No Idol No Live is usually really good too. Let me drop that one.
Yeah, definitely give these.
I'm just having a laptop, guys.
Oh yeah, everyone, please go to Ash's Ko-fi and
help
them.
Okay.
No. Help them get no. We need you to get a nicer laptop now. So, Ash is just trying to raise money to replace the Microsoft Surface that kind of died. So, oh yeah, there we go. Thanks, Egg. So yeah, follow Ashes on Twitter. Follow everyone on Twitter. I'm like, geez, that's gonna be a lot of people to sort of tag later. But yes, Ashes needs your help.
Yeah, I got it. Need your help. Leave me alone.
Okay. So that being said, I think that'll do it for this episode of IDOLEYEZ. Thank you again to everyone that came on like super last minute. Like we only planned this like a day ago because I'm very bad at planning things ahead of time. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your days to come talk to me, especially Barry, like literally just halfway across the world still came through and wanted to just be on IDOLEYEZ and yap.
And I like to yap about idols. Even
Yeah,
if
no,
my voice is dead.
Oh yeah, and you lost your voice too, so shout out to you, Barry. And I think we'll eventually get you on as like a solo.
Yes, I talked to
at this point
about it.
So yeah, anything you guys want to personally shout out? I guess I'll give you guys one shout out each, or else we might be here for a while. Ashes, start off.
Check out Silver Linings debut happening in like 3 hours Thai time. YouTube links that we dropped will probably upload video from it.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will be doing that too. Barry, anything you got? You have to show?
Oh, I don't even know. Chocolatier. We love chocolatier.
And apparently they love you.
Yes, they do.
Oh.
I'm the melon/matcha.
Redmoon, what do you got?
I'm gonna shout out because I think most of the ties are gonna get covered. I am gonna shout out Heron no Kokoro, very, very, very new group out of Tokyo who was there. So go check them out. I will drop I'll drop a link in our chat so you can put it somewhere for them.
Yeah, awesome. SoulDrive, what do you got?
I have strong desire to be stepped on by Alice from Stella Grima. Aside from that, cinnamon.
I mean, okay, I guess like this is a thing now where we're doing like call your shots. So I guess that is you calling your shot to be stepped on. So
I didn't know that was an option. That's crazy.
I mean, like calling your shots, but like, okay, you sure don't want to ask more? You just want to be stepped on?
Punch for you, be call me.
Yes.
We've got green cards.
Okay, stepping.
My body is a resource that produces green cards. For Thai Idol.
Oh man. Before this gets any more off the rails, third, what do you got to show?
But we already shouted out Chocolatier, so I guess I'll go with Rippercute. I'll post their stuff somewhere in the chat too. Yeah, totally new group. Great music if you like kind of more alternative EDM rock metal kind of stuff.
Too humble, like all right, like everyone go follow Aniwaza on all social medias. They are literally spreading the word.
If you're watching this podcast, I think you should already know what Aniwaza is.
Yeah.
Like
Who knows?
we do the swinging funny light sticks around to weeb music.
You guys are literally spreading the gospel.
IDOLEYEZ when.
Hey, we're working on it. We're trying to coordinate it. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was supposed to be a thing. That will happen eventually. Eggy says he follow only the bald Aniwaza. And Pio. Also no,
yeah, Aniwaza, Pio, any party. Yeah, you know the drill.
Yep. All right. So next week we have another chaotic episode involving Ashes. We're going to be live on location from the Pan Birthday Live headquarters doing a honestly, this is it might be like the craziest episode of IDOLEYEZ yet. Yes, 4-time guest. Ashes, you are not a guest at this point. You literally are just the co-host.
I'm just Ashes.
I'm going to be on for 2 weeks in a row. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's going to be like there's going to be pretty much everyone on the Pawn Ranger Birthday Live lineup will be showing up for that episode. Just shooting the shit or just like talking about. Genuinely, I'm going in with no schedule or plan with that. So we'll see how fast it goes off the rails. I guess since I already got into the upcoming events, so yeah, Pond Ranger Birthday Live, March 8th, in Philly. So we got Ella with unnamed special guest, which may be Jeb Bush. We got Ashes. Please clap. We got Ashes, ungraduating and regraduating. We got Pengy.
No.
What?
No, I'm not graduating at Pan's birthday event. I'm graduating at JoeCon.
No, you ungraduate and regraduate after every stage. So you do it. You're gonna you will Yeah, you gotta commit to the bit. So you'll be regraduating and then, or you'll be ungraduating and regraduating like for good at JoeCon.
Yeah. At JoeCon.
Yeah. Speaking of JoeCon, do you have the date on that, Ashes? Because I forget.
It's March 15th. That's all I got.
March 15th. I have no other information besides that, but lineup
Not
sounds
at this
fun.
moment.
Okay.
JoeCon, this graduation announcement. Anyway.
All right. So, rest of the Pond Ranger birthday lineup, we got Aiden, possibly making out with Pond for 20 minutes. And we have Flair, which is Alex Pinku and Sonadira. So like honestly, like stacked lineup. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, there's like 5 or 6 left. So you better hurry. And if you're the lucky person to get the last ticket, you will get a free checky. So, better take advantage of that. Oh yeah, homework checky too. So like not even just like a regular one. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. I'll be there. I'll be, working manning the camera as usual. What else we got on upcoming events? Oh yeah, tomorrow, Machi Maho made one day maid cafe at Tea and Milk in Brooklyn. I will be there. Usual maid cafe sort of thing. They're doing like food. They're like you get to eat, you get to drink, you get to see a performance. If you pay enough, you get to take a checky. A lot of them are also idols as well. So if you're in the area, please come support. And on April 19th, we have Idol Gateway Volume 2, run by a bunch of our friends as well. That'll be in Baltimore, I believe. So Idol Gateway Volume 1 was crazy. So if you missed out, or if you're anywhere in the DMV or Baltimore area, definitely come through for Idol Gateway Volume 2. That's all I got to show. Please follow Eggy Drago on all social media. If you missed any part of this show or previous shows, you can catch up on anything you missed on YouTube channel, which is again youtube.com/idoleyez at idoleyez101. And I think I'm gonna raid into Royal because Royal is currently streaming.
Yeah.
So
Royal is streaming.
Oh heck yeah!
Can you raid? I believe in you this time.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
My AirPods are dying. We have ended at the perfect time.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Till next time, guys. Same idle times, same idle place here on IDOLEYEZ. Bye.
Bye. See you.